according to Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB movement, an independent Biafra nation would have had a population of 61.3 million people and 167,284 square kilometers of lands. I repeat, it would have been 61.3 million people and 167,284 kilometers of lands. This is what it would mean in respect of the country of Nigeria today. It would mean 28.29% of Nigeria's population would have been gone, and 18.11% of Nigeria's total lands would have also been gone. Don't fight me. I'm only the analytic guy. An independent Biafra, if it were successful, would have been bigger than 20 African countries, which would include Tunisia and Sierra Leone and Malawi, ladies and gentlemen. It would have been identical to the following African countries I'm going to mention, all combined. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to the names.
Please, I beg you to listen to this, please.
Has been sentenced to life imprisonment, ladies and gentlemen. He was sentenced on the 20th November 2025 in a federal high court in Abuja by Judge James Omotosho on treason and terrorism counts. For those who may be hearing his name for the first time, Nnamdi Kanu is and was the leader of IPOB, which is Indigenous People of Biafra movement, which is a separatist movement pushing for the independence of Biafra. He wants the Igbos and some other nearby tribes to break away from Nigeria. So he was arrested by the Nigerian government and tried on treason charges. The trial has ended, ladies and gentlemen, and he's been found guilty. And the prosecutors actually on this case wanted the death penalty for him, but the judge thought differently. The judge said he tempered justice with mercy, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, these were some of the words of the judge when he read the verdict, and I quote, "The death penalty is now being frowned upon by the international community. Consequently, in the interest of justice, I hereby sentence the convict to life imprisonment." End of quote. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a sad moment for a man who has been fighting in the last 2 decades against the marginalization and freedom of Biafra. It was a very sorrowful day. The verdict, however, was read on 7 counts, which 4 of them involved life imprisonment, all because he attempted to break Nigeria in 2. Let me give you a few facts about the whole story. Nnamdi Kanu's mission was for the independence of between 11 to 13 states in Nigeria. Pay attention. These states include Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Rivers State, Delta, Benue, talking about Igede areas, and Koji, talking about Igala areas. Ladies and gentlemen, when you put this in the context of what Biafra could become outside of Nigeria, according to Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB movement, an independent Biafra nation would have had a population of 61.3 million people and 167,284 square kilometers of lands. I repeat, it would have been 61.3 million people and 167,284 kilometers of lands. This is what it would mean in respect of the country of Nigeria today. It would mean 28.29% of Nigeria's population would have been gone, and 18.11% of Nigeria's total lands would have also been gone. Don't fight me. I'm only the analytic guy. An independent Biafra, if it were successful, would have been bigger than 20 African countries, which would include Tunisia and Sierra Leone and Malawi, ladies and gentlemen. It would have been identical to the following African countries I'm going to mention, all combined. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to the names: Seychelles Island, Sao Tome and Principe, Mauritius, Comoros, Cabo Verde, Gambia, Eswatini, Djibouti, Rwanda, Burundi, Equatorial Guinea, and Lesotho, all combined. That's how big it could be. And that was what was the threat the federal government saw coming. And that was what the federal court of Nigeria has sentenced Nnamdi Kanu over. And in terms of resources, that would have been the end of Nigeria's access to oil and gas. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't a small thing I'm talking about. The following states in Nigeria account for the overwhelming majority of Nigeria's petroleum production. Pay attention. River State, Akwa Ibom, Delta, Bayelsa, Edo, Imo, Abia State, all of which are part of the states described as part of Biafra. That would have been the end of Nigeria's economy as we know it.
Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. A very quick one and a very important information. Our neighboring country, where they call Ghana, they don't back Biafra referendum. Tinubu have already been caught between regional blocks and also in northern interests. So as it stands now, Ghana is a new country now to back the referendum of Biafra. In fact, they don't talk, say, it's either the government of Nigeria give us freedom or they are going to align with the Biafrans to fight this fight, or rather to fight this battle to the end. According to them, they said that Igbos, or Biafra, as we may choose to be called, have done a tremendous things to the government of, or rather to the country of Ghana, in terms of development, in terms of investment, in terms of employment, in terms of tech. In fact, a lot of things they said these people have helped their economy to grow. So the only way they can pay us back is to stand on their ground to back us on the quest to get our fully independence and our referendum signed and also supervised by the United Kingdom. Sorry, by United Nations, not United Kingdom. God punished that United Kingdom. So, as it stands now, anyway, do I have to tell you much? I think you have already heard from this our brother, this our Ghanaian brother, the way he talked the whole thing. So, and I don't have much to say about this matter. I will only allow you to judge this matter, how you take see it, because some people will not agree with this man. Some people will say it is AI. Some people will say, why must they want to get themselves involved in the politics of the Igbos or politics of Biafrans? That is not going to, Nigeria is not going to take it away with them. After all, Nigeria have a bilateral agreement with them. My brother, some countries self even want to terminate their bilateral agreement or bilateral business agreement with Nigeria just to wait for Biafra to gain their independence, so that they will support us and have everything, because all the whole country that signed bilateral agreement with Nigeria in terms of whether oil in the oil sector, in the power or in the energy, all of them are from the southeast. Whatever they needed for all this MOU they are signing left, right and center, all of them is domiciled in the southeast. So why must we be bothered whether Nigeria support us or not, or whether the outside world support us or not? The outside world needed what we have so that they can be able to boost their own economy. So Nigeria in this context is not needed. Are you hearing me now? So Ghana don't even need them, because whatever agreement they sign with Ghana, people who are doing it, people who make it happen, are still the same Igbos that the Ghanaian want to support. So kudos to the government of John Mahama Abi, the newly elected president of Ghana, and also his cabinet, who made this day a possible one. Because if the message came from me now, you would have said, oh, it's a propaganda. But you are hearing it from the horse's mouth. You are hearing it from this Ghanaian, our Ghanaian brother. He made everything very, very clear that Biafra population is enough to even have 5 countries put together. I don't even understand why some people are making all this. Do you know, when they talk about the most populous nation on earth, you are talking about the Igbos. Some people will say, China, India, because of their population. My brother, where Igbo man enter and make something out of it, not by stealing, but by hard work, all these people you call can never stand it. If you're talking about China population, anywhere you go, you see them. No, unless they find out there's a mineral resources there they want to steal. That is their own. An Igbo man will come to that desert, Maybe you might even say, oh, this Igbo man now is very bad, this, Igbo man will collect money from another country, call your own country, come develop your own country. As in form of that is iri ọrụ na rie mmadụ ọrụ from Kafanchan, then they will develop Kantangura. Let me just put it that way. Can't really use general language so that people don't understand what they talk. You know, this one is for enlightened minded people. I don't understand what I mean. But a Chinese man or Indian man can never do so. No, they come there, they find out that you have a mineral resources, then secretly they will invite their government and they will keep on stealing that your mineral resources. Igbo man have no time. They get dig one. Say make it begin the dig ground now. Oh, you have one lithium. Let me dig it so that I can use it to make money. No, Igbo man will come there. He work hard. Even if it mattered for him working hard, getting the money from another country, he does. From Germany, get where dossier Hayati, or where dossier St. Kitts and Nevis, or St. Lucia, all these small island. You get the point now. That's what I'm trying to say. So if Ghanaian come out now and say, oh, we are backing our Igbo brothers or our Biafran brothers, they make no mistake on that. There's no any single error. They know what they want and they go for it. Unlike the zoo who don't know what they want. They have a president who keep on falling like a prick. Rising and falling. Even like a BTC. Wahala utikpoju. What about people abego? After reading all these things, I will not go to the comment section. So let us see what you and I think over this matter. And I know that you that is hearing my voice, you have a lot to say about this matter. Please drop your own opinion on the comment section. Like, share, comment. And make sure you circulate this message, let it go viral. Follow us on all our social media handles. And my God must surely follow you. In fact, your village people will not follow you again. Okay. Okanye Michael said, remember Biafra fought a civil war with Nigeria for 3 years, in which more than 5 million people of Biafra died. Yes, we remember that. Okay, people counted him. Let's see. Okay. Joseph Amadi Anosike said 3 million. I beg, who take this in? Mazichi to Joseph Amadi says, are you insane? Which 3 million? Joseph Amadi said, Chai, Oga, it is 3 million. Mazi replied to Joseph, it's boribo. You don't need to face take off. My hand no there for that one. And the prince said, Mazichi, were you there when they were counting it? You were the real Tiboribo here, because even the 3 million you made mention, you are not totally sure, because you also saw it on news. Stanley give to reply, Joseph Amadi Anosike, are you the one that counted it there? If Nigeria government tells you 3 in numbers, that means they have killed more than 300 people. It's true. Not true. Chi to Anne Prince said, see the level of your stupidity. You want to use propaganda to downplay the killing of our people during the genocide. Was you or your poor wretched father at present when Nigeria was created? But today, you'll be proud to say you are a Nigerian and you can write in exam that British colonized Nigeria, right? But you and your father wasn't there when it happened, Abi. Can't you see how daft you are now with your thinking? You don't enter face take off. Joseph Anosike said, Oga, back well. And the prince, the level of your stupidity is as the high as your so-called Nigeria. Sorry for your dull brain, because the last time I checked my write-up, I can't find a place I wrote that I am a Nigerian. You are calling someone name just because he didn't put them right figure of the dead during the Biafra war. Now my question is this: how sure are you that believe in the 3 million people that died? Anyway, my people, feel like saying here we go take back breaky. More of the videos is coming your way. Today is Saturday and happen to be the 7th day in the month of February in the year of 2026. We are moving forward, and as the case may be, let us call it a day. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye for now, my people. My wonderful Biafrans.